What's up, everybody? We're here at the Deeper Podcast.
The Deeper Podcast. This is our 99th episode.
99th.
Which
That's
is
pretty wild.
A great time right off the top because our listenership probably tanks after about 30 seconds.
99th
So let me
episode.
tell you right now,
Do you think 30 seconds?
they're probably out by now. But next Sunday, the 17th at 5 p.m. in the Commons, the Fellowship Hall here at Central Buena, it is our 100th episode.
100th.
We are so
Claps.
excited.
Put the claps. No, you're supposed to put
It's
the
our
artificial
applause. Isn't there a
claps
button?
in.
Is there a
There's
button?
a soundboard, Caleb, and there's no claps.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait, it's down. Hold on.
Whoop.
Oh, wait.
Okay, now.
Is it okay?
Oh,
we got
there we go.
applause. We have
Perfect.
applause. That's amazing.
That's actually perfect.
So yeah, we're excited about that. That's going to be an incredible day. There will be, I think, ones of people there.
400. What?
Ones of
Yeah,
people.
so that's exactly
I'm
what I
not
was
even
thinking.
willing to go tens, but there might be tens of people
Nine.
if we're lucky.
There will be 9 people in
Tens of
attendance.
people will gather with us.
Just Rusty's parents.
There'll be
and
9
that's it.
people.
some real special things
and
happening.
7 out of 9 will be.
We are going to have some refreshments. So, yeah. And I'm just going to go ahead and tease it now. We have a special guest, the one and only Steve of Stories
Nice.
with Steve,
Shout out
who
Steve.
is going to give us actually a story with Steve as he introduces us.
Nice.
It's going to be awesome. I was talking to him about it yesterday, so
Okay.
we're excited. It's going to be a Central Buena Podcast Productions extraordinaire event.
I like it.
We're just all the words. So we're very excited to do that. And really, that episode, we're going to spend some time talking about the origin story of the podcast and kind of some of the ups and downs along the way and what God has done in it. And in that, there is a story of the power of sticking to something even when it's hard and difficult.
Yeah.
So and we've seen God bless this. So thank y'all all for being part of the journey. We'll talk more about that next week, but we cannot wait to film the 100th episode of Deeper next week. Coincidentally, it will not be our final episode ever. We made it to triple digits. We're done.
What?
But it is the season finale. We will do our normal take a break over the summer and return to you in the fall. So you are listening to some premium content right now.
Yeah.
Enjoy this while it lasts. You've got us today
Yep.
and next week. And
Then
then
we're on
after that,
sabbatical.
I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah, sabbatical.
Maybe listen to better podcasts, which are not hard to find. But you're stuck with us for today and next week. But we're glad to be here. Man, it was a great Mother's Day yesterday.
It was. A lot of people. in
Always,
attendance. It
yeah.
was
Mother's
cool.
Day is always a good day. You get a
Yeah.
lot of people there. We had a baptism again,
Yep.
which that was special. One cool thing we did,
Shout out.
we brought back an old school vibe that
We
has probably
bullied
not happened
everybody.
in a long time.
Bring
Yeah.
back bullying. And
We had the men of our church get up on the stage, and if you've not seen this, you need to go later today. I'm
man.
going to send some pictures. We'll post them on the Facebook page.
Okay, yeah.
A full stage of men to sing a hymn for our
It
ladies.
was pretty crazy.
A bunch of low voices up there, and they actually sang pretty good. It was a good sound, man.
I was in the front row. I got pushed to the front.
Yeah, well, me too, and I'm the biggest guy in our church, and they wouldn't part the waters to let me get to the back. So, no, it was so much fun, man, and yeah, there was a bullying effect.
Seriously, there was probably like 95% of the guys in the
Brother
room.
Brother Caleb walked around with the lyric sheets and basically handed them out with like a threatening voice, kind of like Christian Bale's Batman was like, "You better get upstairs."
It was the best Sunday of my life.
Yeah, he just twisted everybody's arm. So there were a couple people, some of my favorites. There was one guy who wasn't moving, finally got shamed into getting up, and everybody around him applauded. And y'all probably couldn't hear it because y'all were already on the platform, but I said it in the microphone. Today's sermon is actually on peer pressure, and everyone was laughing. And but it was so much fun, man.
There was multiple guys that I jokingly said to come up there, knowing they wouldn't, and they came up there, and I was like, "You actually came up here." I was
so
pretty
I will
crazy.
also tell you, in a weird way, mad respect for the few that didn't come up.
Yeah, just holding their
Is there
ground.
something to that?
Yeah,
I'm
just like, nope.
real talk. There are a few of them. They're just like, nah, I'm good,
I'm not doing it.
not doing it.
It was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it's just like yup,
only
go
thing
with
I,
it.
only thing I ask is if we do that again next year, those who are in my youth group are not allowed to be up there or near me. So
Oh,
that's the only thing I ask because just
you got to drop
distracted.
a name. Who came up there?
Just Braxton.
wait a
Aiden
second.
Kelly.
That's even more.
Braxton
Okay.
and Aiden Kelly, you were not
Braxton
allowed.
and Aiden. All right.
Anyway, so that was the worst possible idea to have them behind
What
me.
a
and near
trio.
me. Yeah.
You Aiden and Braxton. What a
next,
trio.
Next Christmas.
Yeah,
Next Christmas, a
Aiden and
guys
Braxton
trio.
did not sing at all. Shout out them two.
They just sat there.
They just laughed at each other and kept poking me in the back and messing with my shirt. And anyways,
that's awesome.
But
No, it was a fun day. I had several ladies after church say that was so good, and there's stuff you don't realize that's special. And I don't know if they listen, but one of our sweet ladies whose husband has gone to be with the Lord came up to me and said his favorite song was "I'll Fly Away."
Oh, cool.
So she was like, "Y'all got me this morning." And I
That's
was like,
cool.
"I didn't mean." And she said, "No, it was good. It was sweet." And I thought, how cool is that? We
That
just
is pretty
kind of
cool.
picked something we knew everyone knew, and let alone the Lord ended up using it to minister to her. So, man, what a cool day. And then we prayed for her moms. And I always say this, and listen, every church can do their own thing. And there are some years where we may preach a sermon geared towards moms, but in general, I always say that we love Jesus, or we love moms, so we're going to preach to them about Jesus. So we just kept on going.
yeah,
do you like
do
the
the
meme?
other. No, do the other. Would you accidentally?
We love Jesus, so we preach about moms.
Yeah.
So yeah, I sent you these guys a meme last night that said expository preachers on Mother's Day be like, "Happy Mother's Day." Now turn to where we've been in for the last 6 months, and that's pretty much what we did.
It's our job.
I got up there and I told y'all about the awkward silence. I just got up there. Of course, I've been running. So we did the choir. Then I had to run up to the room, change into baptism clothes, do baptism, run downstairs, and basically got there right on time to get up and preach. So I just got up there. We moved the pulpit into place, and I just kind of looked around at everybody, and everyone was just staring back at me like, "You gonna do this or what?" And then I was like, "All right, let's open our Bibles." And it was a fun day. Ephesians
was.
4, man.
It was good, man. Yeah, it was. Watch your walk.
Watch your walk. Yeah. The Christian life, we talk about it a lot, but I do think in some ways, many of us just go through life on autopilot. And
Yeah.
that was kind of my introduction is you don't think about your walk very much anymore unless you're like, our friend who just had major surgery and is going through rehab, making sure he can walk right after the surgery. He's thinking about it. Little kids, when they're learning, they're thinking about it. But most of us in general, we just walk. We just go through life. And spiritually, what we're going to find over and over in the New Testament and really throughout the whole scriptures is a call to think about the way you're living. Be active. Take stock. Evaluate your life. Proverbs 4:26 says, "Ponder the path of your feet. Think about the way you're going." So in Ephesians, what we've seen is a new life. In Ephesians 1 and 2, this idea of the gospel making you completely new, going from death to life. And then after a new life, we see a new family, that we've been called to a new family, that we are part of the local church, that God grows us and uses us in the context of a local church. And what we saw yesterday and what we're going to kind of continue next week is not only do we have a new life and a new family, but now we have a new walk. And I tried to say that yesterday and kind of botched it and just said I can't remember what a new, I don't know. But that's kind of in my breakdown of Ephesians at this point is a new life through the gospel. The gospel gives you a new family, and now the gospel gives you a new walk. So that's what we started yesterday. And probably my favorite part of the message was when I started with this super optimistic tone. And this is true. Like as I was studying last week, I was like, man, Jesus really can help us transform our lives. Everything can be different than it is now. We don't have to keep going the way we are. Isn't that a blessing to know you can look at your life and know you don't have to stay? And then I was like, so that's awesome. Point number 1, the futility of self-improvement.
You suck.
Yeah, well, it's basically like you can get better, but you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where we started in the first paragraph, verses 17 through 19, where Paul talks about the Gentiles, who we said that's not about ethnicity, that's about proximity. It's not about your ethnicity, but how close you are to the Lord. And the Gentiles were far away, and their lives were not shaped by the Lord and his presence. So instead, their efforts at getting better were all their own. It's it. And what Paul said is you're not transforming because of the futility of your thoughts. You cannot do whatever you put your mind to. That was the point where I said, congratulations, happy Mother's Day. All of you are going to get a motivational poster that says you can't do it. Yeah. But it is important to know that the only way to become who it is God's created you to become is not to just improve yourself, but it's to die to yourself.
Yep.
And it's so important because our culture preaches an absolutely opposite message.
100%.
So much of it is built on self-improvement. You think about the ads you see on social, most of them are about improving your life.
Yeah, the Christian side too.
The influencers,
Yep.
right? Like, what do you see? If you're going through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, YouTube shorts, the videos you're flicking up, about 1 in 10 of those is a paid ad about, hey, you look so good. They always make it look like it's a real video. Hey, you look so good. What have you been doing? I've been doing the diet secrets of so-and-so, right? And it's like, whoa, all of a sudden you realize it's an ad. But even the ones that aren't ads, just plain old influencers, what are they trying to do? The morning routine that changed my life. This hack get me gains in the gym like no one's ever seen.
I eat 7 lemons.
Want to read more books? Want to read more books? Then do these. Follow the steps here. And so much of that content is geared towards self-improvement.
Yep.
Because here's the reality. All of us as humans know at the core of ourselves, we're not really where we should be.
Yeah.
We're not where we should be. And the strange thing about it, culturally speaking, is that much of what the world does is try to sell us discontentment. Think about that. Every product they're trying to sell you, oh, do your feet hurt? You know what you need? Some Columbia shoes.
Boom.
That's what you need, man.
Yeah.
Forget Hey Dudes, forget New Balance, forget what we got there. Brooks. You know, you need some Columbias, man. These are comfort. These are the height of don't hate my shoe game. Come on.
Yeah, you picked 2 of the most comfortable shoe brands to go against in the room.
Thanks, dads. Okay. Because I'm over here in the cool hip shoes. Anyways. But yeah, like everything's selling you discontentment.
Yep.
That's why you upgrade your phone every 2 or 3 years, right? And some people do it more than that because it's like, oh man, that camera is so much better, or this is better. The technology here is so much better. All these ads are selling you discontentment in your old devices. Vehicles. Oh, that beat up old thing? Here's what you need. Like, so marketing in some ways is a weird thing of selling us discontentment and saying that this will satisfy.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening, and I even said this yesterday at some point, because I am a self-improvement guru of sorts. Like I'm a connoisseur of.
That's all he talks about.
I will listen to Huberman Labs. I will, I'll watch the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I'll read the books. I will quote some books on you, man. Like I love it, and I've been helped by those things immensely. So I'm not trying to trash those all in all. There is some value in wisdom. All wisdom is God's wisdom. So some of that is helpful and good. Go ahead and run with it. But you need to know, even if you're successful in your endeavors to improve yourself, it's not going to satisfy that discontentment in you.
Yeah, you called it yesterday the outside-in approach.
Yes.
And we see
That's
the
the
Pharisees,
problem.
and we see...
That's the problem with it, right?
Yeah.
Is that it is an outside-in approach.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to fix the outside, and that'll fix my inside.
Yeah.
And listen, you can lose the weight, you can get jacked, you can be disciplined, you can have all these things, and the world could look at you and say, wow,
Yep.
but you could still be missing it.
Yeah.
And we got a good example of that on Thursday night.
Yep. Daryl Strawberry.
Daryl Strawberry.
Shout out.
Yeah. A shout out. I know he's a listener.
Shout out Daryl. We'll let Kenny Ross send him the link to this.
So, yeah, Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah.
I mean, baseball legend.
Yeah, 4-time World Series champion, Hall of Fame nominee. I mean, everybody. If you grew up watching baseball, even like my age, like Daryl Strawberry. Yeah. I've got multiple baseball cards of him.
What a sweet swing too!
Dude,
that video,
great
it's
swing.
like
it's awesome.
just like
it's kind of crazy,
effortless, and
kinda
then the
crazy.
ball's going over the fence.
It's kind of wild. Yeah, he was a beast, and then getting to hear how he at every point in his life he has failed, pretty much. I mean, that's essentially like
he was empty still.
At every big building block of his life, he failed, regardless of the money, regardless of the fame, regardless of the popularity. He failed because kind of a question that I wrote down based on something you said was, if our life is perfect on the outside, but our heart isn't transformed, what's the point? Yeah. And that was the message that Daryl Strawberry preached to us.
He had everything.
Also, shout out, like fully preached. Preached a message. It was pretty awesome. But his whole message was about that. The outside was there. The money was there. The fame was there. The ring. I think he had one of the rings on, but the rings were there.
What a flex.
Yeah. The rings were there, but
these things don't satisfy you. They're pretty nice, though.
I did see that, and I was like, that's one right there.
Yeah.
Anyways, but his whole message was about all of these things continue to allow him to fall deeper and deeper into the pit of discontentment until his heart was transformed by Christ.
Then he went from the pit to the pulpit, baby.
He did say that.
Oh
didn't
yeah.
he?
Oh yeah.
But anyways, yeah, that's a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that question of if our life on the outside is perfect, but the heart's not transformed, then what is the point?
It's futile,
Yeah.
empty,
Yeah.
meaningless. So what do we need then? If self-improvement is not the answer, if we can't go to the podcast or find the YouTube video, what is it that we need? And what we need, according to Scripture, is to be a brand new you. You got to be completely made new.
Man, that's a book title.
Brand new you. I mean, that's
Dude, our American church culture
Write that bad boy.
would buy that sucker if it says a brand new you.
let me get on AI and generate that book and see what we can do. Kurt Edgerton is like slamming his hand
Brand
to the
new
table
you.
right now saying, how dare you? So verses 20 through 24 is really where we got that section of the brand new you. How is it that the Lord does transform our hearts? Well, he does it by taking off the old self and putting on the new self. But this is a work of the Lord, and it's important that we say that. This language of putting off and putting on is literally the language of casting off old filthy garments and putting on a new clean wardrobe. And we said that biblically the way that happens is salvation.
Yep.
Jesus is the one who does this work. We come to him in our filthy rags. No matter what we try to do to clean up our own life, it doesn't work. We try to fix it, it doesn't work. We on and on and on. As the Bible tells us that our best works are as filthy rags compared to the righteousness of God.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do can fix your life, but Isaiah 61:10 tells us that he has robed us with the robe of righteousness, that he has decked us as a bridegroom before the bride. Like he has come to us and given us his robe of righteousness, a righteousness we could never have attained on our own. We never could have earned. By his grace, he has, when you're saved, he gives you that robe of righteousness, and nothing will ever sully it again because it is his robe of righteousness based on his works.
I think this is one of the biggest misconceptions in our church world. And you said it yesterday, the idea of Jesus does not care about cleaning you up. He doesn't want to clean you up. He wants to change you from the inside out. And I think that's one of the biggest, you see all these videos of these evangelists going and talking to people on the streets and asking them about, if they know Jesus, and if they do know Jesus, and why are they following him? And I mean, honestly, probably like 9 times out of 10, it's because they want Jesus to fix their life and to clean them up. And he does not care about that. He wants to change you from the inside out. And you kind of said that yesterday, because if he wanted to just clean us up, he didn't have to do what he did. Does that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he wanted to just clean us up, he could have offered another way for us to be saved.
Yeah.
But no, he had to die for it. And that death is a representation of us, exactly what you said, having to have that same idea of death daily, which changes us from the inside out, which I think is I was just thinking about that yesterday of how many people that I know that think Jesus is just interesting because he can help them.
Yeah. Well, I think people assume that's what he wants, not just that he can help them, but that Jesus loves me based on how good I've been and what I've been doing. So, I mean, you hear that often. People say, I can't give my life to Christ. I need to clean my life up first.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you can't clean your life up until you have that transformation of heart.
Yeah, the filthy rags aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
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 That's good.
It's got to be an inside-out transformation, oddly enough, that's marked by the external robe of righteousness, right? So he's putting on the robe of righteousness, but the robe of righteousness is really a heart transformation that happens, where your heart of stone becomes a heart of flesh, and then you start to live for King Jesus, and everything in your life from that point forward does begin to change.
Yeah, he does clean it up.
Yes.
Because you start to see it differently.
But it's an inside-out approach instead of an outside-in.
100%.
And I think if we're not careful, and man, the reason we go outside in is because it's easier. It's
100%.
faster results. It's easier to measure. You see that, and you can be like, yep, I'm doing these things. I'm checking off the boxes. I'm performing. I'm doing the things. But the problem is it ends up causing that heart rot, like the Pharisees had. Jesus says, you're whitewashed tombs. You're working so hard to keep the outside pretty, but the inside is falling apart because you're not really in love with me. You're not pursuing me. You're not chasing after the things of me. So, yeah, it's a really interesting thing to think about, how we can actually do a lot of good and godly things, but if you're not doing them for the Lord, then you're really actually even good things can become sin when done in a way to replace Jesus as Savior.
Yeah, 100%. It's also extremely hard to find purpose in things you can't see.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
And we will spend our entire life finding our purpose in things that we can hold in our hands. And most of the time, none of that is lined up to what God has for us.
Yeah.
Which is tough.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well, and again, the Bible is going to call us to grow.
Yeah.
And call us. So then this very next section, verses 25 through 32, talks about those very things.
Yeah.
But it's important that we get it in the right order. It's important that we know we can't do it on our own, but Jesus has done it for us. And because we are justified in Christ, because we have been made right with him, now we can make war on sin because we know that the war is over. We can battle against our flesh because the war has already been won by Jesus. And it's so important that we get there because so many Christians, I think, do have this backwards, where we want to make war against the flesh in order to try to justify ourselves. And we are going to fail every time that we try to fix our life so Jesus will be happy with me. No, the only way you can actually fix your life and grow in Christ is to know that he has already done it all for you by his grace. And because we are justified by faith alone, we can now make war against our sin and become who it is he's called us to be. Because we have exchanged the filthy rags for the robe of righteousness, we can make the exchanges that verses 25 through 32 call us to make. And that's how he couches them. They're all exchanges. And I think that's an important thing. There's a principle in that it's not just put away sin. You don't spend your life focusing on not sinning.
Yeah.
Instead, you replace sin with fruit of the Spirit.
Yep.
So you don't have to focus on, not lying. It's like, don't lie, don't lie, don't lie. No, you know how you don't lie? Speak the truth.
Yeah.
Let the fruit of the Spirit be speaking the truth. Righteous anger, not sinful anger. I got to have righteous anger. Okay, well, if you don't want to have unrighteous anger, don't let the sun go down on your anger. Fix it, deal with it, talk to people. Don't steal, but don't go around going, oh man, I'm a klepto and I can't take anything. No, get a job.
Yeah.
So you can actually have resources to be able to give to people.
Yeah.
Verse 29. Don't have any unwholesome talk or foul language coming out of your mouth. Don't walk around saying, man, I got to stop cussing. Or I got to stop talking vulgar. I got to stop. No, instead, every time you speak, think, I want to speak life. Don't grieve the Holy Spirit. Instead, listen to him and respond to him. And then I think my favorite was verses 31 and 32, the bitterness, anger, wrath, shouting, and slander. The way I couched that yesterday is really those are all emotions that happen inside of us because of the actions of other people. So I said, don't let other people's decisions and actions control your emotions and control your inner life. Instead, be full of compassion and kindness and grace like Jesus said towards us, so it changes the way you interact with others. So the focus isn't like, stop sinning, stop sinning, stop sinning, stop sinning. No, the focus is invest your life in walking with Jesus and living in the fruit of the Spirit that comes out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a product of it, which I think that's a wild idea that I think a lot of us don't really understand and grasp, is the idea of that replacement that happens with the fruit of the Spirit and our sinful nature. Because it's really easy to attack our sin. It's super easy. It's so easy to get legalistic about it. It really is. Because there's also so many resources out there that help us try to do that. But almost every single time that I've tried to kill my sin by my strength and my power, I say almost every single time I try to do that, I fail miserably because I am not the one who defeated it.
Yeah.
I'm not the one who I have no victory in myself in that sin. I'm going to lose every single time.
Yeah.
But we have someone who has already won. We have the victor. We are on the winning team.
Yeah.
And we get to share in that. And I love it's that just natural replacement that happens when we invest our time in the one who has saved us. I think that's good. And that last line you had yesterday, a long walk with Jesus. I love the long walk part.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's a long walk with Jesus. And you reminded us, which I think was amazing. You reminded us that if you were battling with this, then you're in the process of sanctification.
Yeah.
Like if you were in the battle, you kind of called us yesterday morning, like if you were in the battle this morning or right now, if you are struggling through things with Jesus, if you're struggling with your sin, if you're thinking about him and thinking about that, like that is what sanctification
great.
is. Like you're doing
You're
it,
doing great. You're
which I
doing
think
good.
a lot of us don't remind ourselves of.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think so. If you're battling, you're working through things, that's the Christian life.
Yeah.
And that's the good stuff of the Christian life, that the Lord is changing you. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. A lot of times it's going to be actually difficult, but God is molding and shaping you and turning you into who it is that he wants you to be.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing from the Lord
100%.
to be in that process and to know that he's working. And yeah, I just wanted to encourage our people, because I think it's easy to walk out of a message like that yesterday super convicted, but then you just don't ever really change it. But it's
Yeah.
like, no, man, that the invitation of this message is to remember you're on a walk with the Lord. So actually walk the walk.
Yeah.
Do it.
You can also
Do it in
change
such
direction.
a way that he changes you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him change your life.
Yeah.
And be okay being in process, and know that the Lord is working and that it's a good thing he's doing. And when you do that, he transforms your life in a really helpful way. And that's the call of this passage, I believe, is to stop trying to improve yourself and instead walk with Jesus in such a way that he does this work in your life. And it's a beautiful thing to walk with him. But again, he does his part, but this isn't going to happen if you're just walking through life on spiritual autopilot.
Yeah.
Watch your walk. Let him reveal things to you that you then need to take to him and let him help you with, and continually every day be molded and shaped into the image of Christ.
We remind our students all the time that if on your walk with Jesus, if there's a long period of time where there's no guilt anymore, there's no conviction, that's where the problem starts. You know, but if you're wrestling in that, if you're in that fight, man, that is what we're called to do.
Yeah.
And the good news is that we're not strong enough, but we have Christ with us.
Yeah.
So that's good, man.
Well, we're
That's
going to
good.
continue into chapter 5 with this idea of watching our walk and thinking about our lives. It's going to be good. I'm excited to continue the journey here in the next few weeks as we head into the summer.
There we go. It's about to get crazy. We were just talking before the podcast that our mission trip is in literally 3 weeks. So
Yep, the students are going on a mission
happening,
trip.
man.
Then there'll be preteen. Is preteen camp before VBS or after VBS?
I think it's yeah.
This
It's
is that. So
before.
then there's a preteen camp. Then there's VBS.
That's in 1 month.
Then then you're going to blink, and there's going to be all these other things. We've got our final Wednesday family night of the year tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or not tomorrow, Wednesday.
Wednesday, yep.
So that's going to be awesome. We're excited for that. But just because we're not having Wednesday nights over the summer does not mean we are inactive. There are
100%.
many, many things happening over the summer. We're excited about that, including some of those fun special events.
Yeah.
We're hoping to be able to bring back Water Night this year,
Yeah.
which is going to be fun.
Shout out Water Night.
Yeah, shout
Yeah,
out
there's
Water
actually we're also doing a thing where every day of the week throughout the summer, like a special time from morning all the way to afternoon, is you can just come to Rusty's house whenever.
Yeah,
it's
it's
kind of
going to
a
be
cool
a
thing.
great thing. It's a
Yeah.
great ministry.
We're
Bryce
just doing
will
a
be there.
hangout.
Bryce will be there babysitting my kids, and he'll be glad to
Never
visit
mind.
with you.
Never mind. Cut that out. Cut that part out.
Oh, wait, I'm just hearing in my earpiece that's not there that
Yeah.
this program has been canceled.
Cut that. Anyway, it's gonna be a great summer. We're excited.
We're
man.
excited. And hey, there's no summer slowdown here. We just keep
Nope.
on going for the gospel and let the Lord do work in us. So just want to encourage you guys. Again, you're doing great. Keep walking with Jesus in the midst of the busyness, the slowness, the craziness, the uncraziness, and every step in between.
Boom.
Just keep walking with him.
See you guys later. Peace.
Love you.